Welcome to the Bourbon Experience. My name's Austin. Today we're continuing the Old Forester Bourbon Heritage Month. Welcome back. I am continuing my Old Forester Bourbon Heritage Month theme. This is one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Big shout out to my guy RJ, who is literally off camera right now, who has generously lent me his bottle so I didn't have to open mine. The one that I have is this exact same release that was acquired through RJ as well. So this President's Choice is aged 12 summers and it's barrel number 34 and it's 56% ABV, so 112. Not good with math. Before I get into this, please like, comment, subscribe. I've done a ton of giveaways. The most recent one was a 2022 and 2023 Old Forester Birthday Bourbon sample. The next one I'm doing will be at the end of my Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Tournament, Battle of the ECBPs. That'll be coming out, I don't know, in the next week or two. I'm doing a sample giveaway on that, so please subscribe. So with that, I'm gonna get into this. Old Forester President's Choice first started getting released, and I know some of the history and stuff. What I'm saying I'm pretty certain is accurate, but I believe the President's Choice series, they're all single barrels. I know that they're all single barrels, but I believe it started off as like presidential special single barrel releases, and then also included like CEOs and presidents of companies is kind of what it started with. Now they do distillery only releases with the President's Choice name. So that's kind of the standard behind what President's Choice is. So let me get into it. No sense in waiting. The color on this is really dark. I'm using my Old Forester lens here, but you can see the color is nice and good. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just holding up this bottle to the camera, I could get the nose coming off of this out of the Glen. And I mean, it's got this rose petal floral, not floral like Four Roses, not floral like Mash Bill 2 from Buffalo Trace, but a very Old Forester floral, like a rose petal that I often get on the birthday bourbons. It almost smells syrupy. There's a little bit of oak in there too. I mean, this nose is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh my gosh. This is one of the best Old Forester products I've ever had. It is red fruit syrup. That rose petal floral is there. This lingering barrel spice on the finish comes through. And the full barrel proof comes through on this. This is just a very complete, full, well-rounded Old Forester product. This drinks to me like a barrel proof version of Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. I've tried this one other time. It was this bottle with RJ, and it is, I mean, it's been open now for quite some time. That's what it tastes like. I mean, it tastes like a barrel proof Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. RJ picked this up at the distillery earlier this year, so it's not been open for too long, but it's been open long enough. It is one of the more recent releases, and I think this is probably the oldest release from the main distillery releases. And I say that because I'm going to get into a next one here in a second, and I'll talk a little bit about that. RJ, is that true? Yeah. RJ confirms. yeah, this is the oldest President's Choice release to date. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Everything I said, I don't want to say this is one note by any means, because it's not. You get the rose petal, you get the red fruit syrup, you get the barrel spice, you get a lingering oak on the finish. The 2023 birthday bourbon has this dark oak influence, and that really hangs out on the finish. You get a hint of that on the finish of that on this, and before that you get the barrel spice. It's almost like pick your best birthday bourbons of all of the years, combine them together, and then ramp it up to barrel proof. That's legitimately what this tastes like. I don't know what else to say. My last episode was actually that's not true. 2 episodes ago was the High Angel Share, and High Angel Share 1, batch 1, and batch 2 had this this black licorice thing on the nose. Like, none of that is here. There's no black licorice. It is just red fruit, rose petal, syrupy greatness. I don't know what else to say about this. This is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if this is a top 10 all-time favorite pour, but it's up there. I mean, this is a truly special, fantastic pour. I know a lot of the President's Choices they're like 7, 8 years, somewhere around there, and this is 12 summers, so like 11 years something. This is fantastic. Secondary on these are 800, somewhere around there. That kind of is about the same for the birthday bourbons. So if you're gonna go out and seek out a birthday bourbon and spend that kind of money on birthday bourbon, my recommendation would be pass on the birthday bourbons and find a really good President's Choice release for about the same price. If you're gonna spend the money, you're getting that, but at barrel proof. So that's where that is with this. I'm going to be comparing this to one of 2 store picks or group picks, single barrels. These are all single barrels, but non-distillery released, customer available things. This is President's Choice barrel number 62. This is 120 proof. This is 11 years, 10 months. Is that right? 11 years, 10 months. Store or group pick, 120 proof, President's Choice. Like I said, they've only done 2 that I know of in existence. And this sample was generously donated to me by Billy. You would have seen him in my Pirate Bottle Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. You would have seen him in my last 5 years Thomas H. Handy blind. So he's been on the channel a couple times. Big shout out, big thanks to Billy. I was explaining what this project that I'm doing, and he said, hey, I got something that you have to do. And so we're gonna see. Very, very excited, very, very grateful on that. So this is that store pick or group pick, and the color is immediately darker than this other release that I just reviewed. Oh, okay. This is all of those things from the last one. So there is a theme that goes across where it has that rose petal floral note, that kind of perfume note, but it is dark. There is a coffee or chocolate dark oak presence on top of everything else that I just said about this other particular release. And the color, I mean, that goes to show it. Oh man, this isn't King of Kentucky darkness or even like Jack Daniel's Coy Hill darkness, but it's there is a darker tone to this for sure. And that translates on the palate. That's very, very good. That darkness and syrupiness goes all the way through. I'm gonna give it another try here in a second. I would almost venture to say though, this first President's Choice might be a little bit more complex. So this is darker and maybe more one note. It's fantastic. It's crazy good, but it might be more one note where it just lives in this really dark, concentrated realm. And the other one is lighter, not as dark. Proof is lower. Yeah, proof is lower just by a smidgen. But I think the other one might be more on par with standard Old Forester releases of their higher end stuff. And man, the legs on this, I don't know, that's gonna be hard to beat. That coffee note is coming through now, and I'm a sucker for those really dark, concentrated flavors. There is a lingering barrel spice. The finish is still going. I'm waiting to take a sip of water to go back to the original because it just keeps going, and I don't want to waste that, wash that away. Man, coming back to this has now, coming back to it, this has this maple syrup note to it on this release. So everything that I said, like, it's still there. There's a maple syrup note that I'll get on like a really good Elijah Craig barrel proof batch now too. It doesn't go as dark as coffee as this store pick or single barrel pick does. Doesn't go coffee, but it goes maple syrup for sure. And that dark sweetness, that's starting to come, going back and forth, it's coming around. I would almost say, and then like that fruitness comes back on the finish. Man. There's a note on this pick that I'm trying to lock down that's really hard. It's maybe lighter in flavor note that I'm trying to lock in. Maybe it's a lavender, or maybe there's like some floral thing there. But to me, the clear winner is this Old Forester President's Choice barrel number 34. I think that is the clear winner. It's lights out good. It's stupid good. If you're gonna buy a high-end Old Forester product and you're not gonna spend up for a King of Kentucky, which is crazy overpriced, but you're gonna spend up and you're gonna be in the realm of an Old Forester birthday bourbon, I'd say skip that. If you can track down 34, or I want to say they've even come out with some other older releases since this one. Not older than this, but still older than the 7-8 year standard. Go President's Choice. This is really, really good. I don't know what else to say about that. Stick around for next week where we wrap up Old Forester Bourbon Heritage Month, and we'll be wrapping up the Elijah Craig tournament. Stick around for that, but I've got nothing else to say. These are both stupid good. The chances of coming across this group pick is next to impossible, and the price for that is going to be just astronomical, so it's not even worth pursuing. I think the better option and better priced is this particular barrel 34. It's lights out good. I got nothing bad to say about it. I got nothing else to say about it. The most common critique about birthday bourbon is the nose is really, really good, and then they typically fall flat because they're lighter, more delicate on the palate, and they're lower proof. Everything you want birthday bourbon to be, that's what this is. I'll catch you next week on the final episode of my Old Forester Bourbon Heritage Month series. As always, the bourbon experience is all about good pours and great times with whoever you're with. Whiskey meant to be enjoyed, so crack those bottles. Cheers. Lights out.
I did not think that was going to be better than the